you know, their fans and people out there have so many options that if you disappear, you know, they could start watching other people.
Yes, and I agree with that because YouTube's so fast. But yeah, I do agree that there are definitely some YouTubers that are quick to blame YouTube when I think it's just them dying down, unfortunately.
Yeah, I actually dug into some of the data for hundreds of channels that did take at least a 2-week break. I did this last summer when it first started coming up. I just did it again yesterday just to see what was happening. And I actually saw a variety of things that were happening. There were some channels that actually came back with big gains. There were other channels that did actually see a dip. But overall, it was kind of like in the middle. So I think it really depends a lot on the nature of your audience and the type of content you're doing. You know, there probably will be some channels that see less traffic if they take a lot of time off. But we see just as many channels that see more traffic. If somebody does take a break and their audience is still interested in seeing their content, you know, we're trying to make the algorithm show that to them.
That's what I kind of expected because it depends. I feel like it depends on how engaged the viewers, how dedicated the viewers are, I think. But do you think the algorithm favors creators who do post consistently?
I think it really depends on the channel and the nature of the content and how the audience interacts with them. There's some channel types or content where the audience is really expecting a consistent experience, you know, connecting with a creator, maybe a vlogger, where that consistency can be really important. But I don't think it applies to all channels. And we definitely want to set YouTube up such that, you know, all different types of channels can be successful and really let the audience drive what gets recommended. So if you're uploading videos and it's on a regular schedule and the audience likes that and that performs well, then we'll continue to recommend it. And if you're not consistent and the audience doesn't really care, then we don't put any rules in there that say, oh, well, let's make sure that the weekly creators get this and the daily creators get that. We really let the data drive and reward whatever works for the audience.
So do you think you encourage creator vacation?
I try whenever I talk to creators to personally encourage people to take a break. We've seen that some people actually get, you know, we were talking about inspiration earlier. That break can actually help them identify something new. And we really want creators to be able to sustain themselves. So it doesn't help us if creators are burning out.
Absolutely. It doesn't help us. It makes us look bad if all these creators are talking about burnout. Do you have any best practices for people who have been going weekly or whatever and they want to stop for a while, take a month off or something? Is there anything you can do you feel like?
I feel like being honest with the viewers helps because then they feel like you trust them enough. Like you're like, I just need this time for myself. And obviously if they care enough, they're going to be like, for sure. And they will be back. And just giving them a heads up that you're taking time off and not just like doing it out of nowhere. I think that will help for sure. Yeah.
And one of the best practices we've developed from watching other creators is also telling people when you're going to come back. Like if you can give them a date, you know, I'll be gone for the month of September, but, you know, I'm back in October or something like that.
Because then it's like a countdown and they're like, they get more excited. And if you do it right, your first video back will have an extra amount of views.
Did you feel a lot of pressure with that first video back after you took a break?
Yeah, 100%. Because that video was also explaining, it wasn't just like a regular video, it was explaining like my burnout. And so it was a heavy topic. And I was actually very scared that the numbers would be lower. And I was scared that I lost my engagement because my engagement had been really great. So I was definitely like refreshing the entire day. But yeah.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice you'd give creators about taking a break?
Taking a break? Do it. If you're feeling like really overwhelmed, obviously only do it when you need it, I think. Because I think it is good to push yourself. But once you feel like you've pushed yourself to your limit, that's when you take the break. And I think you'll be able to tell when that is. So take your time. Don't put like a timeline on it, like a deadline on it. Once you feel motivated again, then that's when you're ready to go back into it.
Makes sense.
So it's worked pretty well for you to like just kind of see how you're feeling and then decide to like lean into making more videos or lean out, as opposed to like saying, well, I know that I need to like take a 2-week vacation, and I'm going to, plan that in February I'm going to force myself to take time off. You tend to find it better to just kind of like see how you're feeling about it.
Perhaps it's just me, but I think that does work, because then I know, like, when I feel when I want to make videos again, that I know that I am ready, because that's my brain telling me that I'm ready. I've taken enough time off. I'm recharged. I'm ready to go. So just like listening to your body, honestly, is key.
Al, thanks so much for coming to YouTube headquarters. It's been great to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much. So do you have like any words of advice or like comforting words to creators who do stress over like video performance?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of examples where creators are worried that if they do one bad video that their channel's just going to die forever, right?